Hey guys, it's Tricia Carr. I have new exciting things going on with my Mystic Arts Academy. You can now subscribe to receive all of the live monthly content for about a third of the investment of a single class. Included are at least one downloadable guided meditation per month, 2 live events ranging from classes, channeled messages, group readings, intuitive development guidance, Q&A sessions, and tons of community. You'll also have access to a private Facebook community for fellowship and support, and this space is kept super sacred and high vibrational. Your subscription gives you access to the whole library of classes and live events, which are on a vast array of topics. All events are offered online by Zoom video call, and many are also offered live in person at my studio here in Los Angeles. Subscribing to the Mystic Arts Academy is also a way for you to support the Charmed Life podcast and engage on a deeper level. I'm offering the subscription at a super low rate of $22 a month. Joining now locks in this rate for as long as you're subscribed. Click on the description of this episode or go to my website, triciacarcharm.com, and click on Mystic Arts Academy. I look forward to connecting. Hey there, guys. It's Tricia. I'm just popping in before this episode starts to say that I accidentally was calling this the 21st day, and it's actually the 22nd. Oh my goodness. It's been a long day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hi, everyone. It's Tricia. Welcome to this mini episode of Charmed Life and day 21 of my 29 days of lunar phase, or I've been calling them phase, each day of phase, because actually, the moon goes through a new gate every 10 hours. So truly, 24 hours is very much like a phase in and of itself. And now, let me just go ahead and give another introduction to what's going on here. If you are new to this podcast or this YouTube channel, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. My name's Tricia Carr. I am a medium. I'm an intuitive channel. I am a certified master hypnotist, and I am an animal communicator. So an animal telepath. I communicate telepathically with animals and with nature as well. And I am a reflector so far as my human design is concerned. So living by the lunar cycle is something that is really important for me, and I think it's a really powerful experience for anyone to be able to get into it, because it's a really powerful tool, a mechanism for manifestation, because the moon actually does conduct the element of water in our bodies, and the element of water and the entire planet of everything that is created is manifested, and our water and our hormonal cycle also goes along, our water, but our emotional and our hormonal cycle also moves with the lunar cycle. And that's for everyone, no matter who you are, whether you menstruate or not, if you're male or female or somewhere in between. That is just how it is for us humans. But not only for us humans, it's also that way for all of the other beings, all of the other manifestations of this planet. And what was it about? I don't know if it was the 7th, something like that, around the 7th installment of this series. And I actually interviewed my cats as an animal communicator to ask them how they work with the moon energy. So if you want to go check that one out, if you haven't seen it, it was a lot of fun. And by the way, I'll just say also that this is November of 2019 as I am charting this. And anytime that you're aligning with this, that you are aligning with it upon the energy of the law of attraction, and you are aligning with it in the way that you need it if you come with your heart open and willing to receive from the universe. That's not because of me, that's because of you, or it's because of resonance. However, if you are listening up to date with this, then I just want to remind you that I am offering my animal communication program. It's a comprehensive program for people to either open up the ability to communicate with animals or enhance it if you've already experienced that. And it's something that will enhance all of your other spiritual gifts, all of your other intuition, because communicating with animals in nature is a very natural process. We all are telepathic. And what's really cool is that when we open up the practice of telepathically communicating with animals, since that is their dominant, their primary way of communicating, then we are starting something where there's an expert on the other side. And so it's pretty cool. So it's a 4-week program. I've split it up into 2 weeks of education with 3 weeks in the middle as a break so that people can practice, because we have a private community where people are practicing and connecting, and also because it takes time around the holidays, and then you can absorb the information, go through it again, those first 2 weeks of education, and it's going to be so much fun. So I really encourage you, because there is an early bird price right now and it's expiring soon, but it's very well priced anyway. It's very affordable considering how much content there is and how much love we get to share together with our animals. It is so magical. It is a very powerful manifestation experience, being able to connect with your animals telepathically, energetically, to work with their healing energy, because they are natural healers. Anyway, so to the moon. Let's go to the moon. All right, so again, if you are new to the channel, these are my mini episodes. I'm doing daily installments of mini episodes, and on Sundays I have a live streamed broadcast of my full episodes, in which I usually interview some guest experts. So today I had my episode with Scott Stabile, who is a really amazing author and teacher, workshop teacher, and we talked all about living from the heart and forgiveness. So if you want to find the full episodes, what you want to do is look at either the YouTube video or the podcast feed, and those start with a number, whereas these are starting with like P or some other title. P like 21, this one will be called, because it is the 21st day of the series. And with that, let's get to the moon. All right, so we are in the waning gibbous, really close to the third quarter. And the waning gibbous is when the moon is diminishing its illumination after the full moon. And the third quarter is when we are in that half moon aspect. So the way that this works is the lumination is the moon's manifestation. The lumination is what the moon has received from source, meaning the sun, and then is expressing, interpreting, filtering, expressing, but fully with the connection of source energy, aka the sun. And so that is how we are working too, because she, the moon, is offering us this energy, supporting us, and we are moving along that same path with her. We move along that same path with her in the global sense, and that's what we can see that is going on in the sky. We can see how she is presenting. And then we all do have a personal lunar cycle as well, which is not necessarily in the same synchronization. It's actually not necessarily likely. It's probably less, statistically speaking, likely that we align exactly with her cycle because we're all balancing one another in this dance that we're creating. So this is reporting on the global lunar cycle. So with that lumination starting to get smaller and smaller, after having expressed herself, after we expressed ourselves, we've been in the feasting stage, we've been in the bliss stage, the gratitude stage, even sharing in service, and now we are getting close to being half full or half empty, and this state of grace that we're returning to. What's so cool is that as the illumination represents the expression, the part that is dim that is not illuminated, that represents us connecting to source, connecting to God, if you will. So that connecting to God is source energy, the prime creator energy, your own essence, your very deep inner essence. But it's also the connection to the one, connection to unity consciousness, connection to your brothers and sisters, connection to the ecosystem, the landscape, all of nature, all of the cosmos, all of the stars, because that is the essence of the one. So as we've fully expressed ourselves, and we're starting to think about emptying out and releasing even more so that we can plan to plant new seeds of intentions. This is a time to begin to receive again. We've always been in the receiving stage, even when we are fully manifesting, when we're in the full moon, the full illumination, we're still receiving. There isn't any way we could be disconnected from source. However, when we're expressing ourselves, our attention, our awareness is in that blissful stage of fully expressing, of reaping, of harvesting, and it's a beautiful dance. And then as we are returning to source, to fully receive, to be more in the direct awareness of receiving and less on expressing, less on the fullness of intentions, returning to source to discuss, to confer the intentions, to go deep within. And it is the time to be in the full awareness of receiving from source, to have our face begin to turn more fully to that inner essence, as well as that essence of the God energy or of source energy, to return to the sun, to the central sun of the universe, the representation of God energy. And so turning your face more toward Creator. And again, that is both inside as well as connecting to the fullness of the universe. This is where we are. To begin to trust again, even more, to more deeply trust, to realize that there really isn't any way that you could not be receiving except for with your awareness. When we cut off our awareness to be in complete receiving mode, then we cut off our ability to serve as well. And really and truly, serving is just filtering. It's just allowing source energy to flow through us, just like any other element of nature. Like the sunflower receives the sunlight and then transmutes it, alchemizes it, and then sends it through her stem and into the soil and brings information up from the soil and sends her nutrients out, and then the bees come and visit the flower. You are the same, and there is no way that you could possibly be out of the receiving mode. But this is the time to begin to really relish it, to deeply place your awareness on it so that you become like a sun worshiper almost. You know how, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in the 80s. I mean, I was born in the 70s, but in the 80s, my sisters were like these sun goddesses. They would put baby oil on their skin, not sunscreen. No, they would actually put stuff on it to try to pull in the sun and all the UVs and all that awesomeness. But you know, when you're just basking in the sun and it's so meditative, even if you have music going or something like that, the music actually helps you to get deep into that meditative state. So if you could either literally, if you have some sun, because it is November and in the northern hemisphere, it starts to get a bit chilly in some places, although it was 90 degrees here in Los Angeles today. I'm not going to apologize to you guys if you're like, well, that sucks. It was really cold here because it was hot and it's November. Anyway, but you can just do this as a meditation too, to just take time. And maybe we could do that together right now. If you want to take a breath, and if you're driving, you could still just allow yourself to be fully awake and alert, pay attention to the road, because a lot of people listen to this stuff while they're driving. But you can still have the experience in your heart, in your mind. And so let's take a breath together. Nice cleansing breath, just to get us all synchronized, to allow us to get into that parasympathetic nervous system, the one of resting and digesting and introspecting and connecting. And just now bring into your awareness a time when you had the sun full on your face, maybe on your full body. Maybe you were lying in the sun and enjoying it, and you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. And just feel that. Maybe it's when it feels so pleasant. Maybe you were just inside the air-conditioned home and then you go outside. And you know when it's so cold that even your hair is cold, and then you feel the sun bathe down on the top of your head, and it's so satisfying. And if you just turn your face to the sun, and just allow the sun to just kiss your face, to begin to warm up your flesh, and allow the sun to penetrate into your heart. The energy of the sun that gives and gives just for the sheer joy, just because the sun is compelled to give, just because that is the sun's function. That is what composes you. That is who you are. The sun, it is impossible to not receive from the sun. This planet, this fire that we are, that runs through our bodies and through our nervous system, we couldn't be if it weren't for the sun. And so we're never out of the sun's gaze. And so this is the experience that we can relish right now. The faith of the sun, the acceptance of the sun. and your faith to it, even if you aren't conscious of it. Your faithful awareness, acceptance, receiving of the sun. And that's who you are as a moon child. Receiving the energy, the illumination from the sun, and allowing it to be absorbed into your being and then turning it out in the cycles that you do. But we're moving into the time to be in that intimate communion, that intimate time with our source. The time to confer and counsel with source about new intentions, about the ways that you will receive the energy of creation and then release it in the satisfaction of manifestation of creation. This is the time that we are. We're starting to think about this. We're staying in the energy of being grateful for the alchemy that we have already experienced, going through half of the cycle and then having a manifestation. And we are also, in our gratitude, we welcome in grace and we recognize the things that we did not manifest were because we're still honing the frequency of them. Still in that awareness as well, as we've been discussing. And now going within and feeling the warmth of your Creator who gives you a piece of that energy of Creator to do with as you please, because this is an energy of absolute free will. This universe is absolute free will. And you have so much free will, such absolute free will, that you could even be in the illusion that you are somehow disconnected from source. That's how free your will is, but it's not true. So let's take a moment to be in the eternal truth of your receiving of that central sun on your face, on your form, heating up and firing up your passion, the passion of your emotional body, allowing you to be the luminous being that you are, feeling it in the core of your being. Like the core of the earth, your solar plexus is your personal sun. And your thought energy, allow it to be aligned with the will of the One. Your thought energy is will. Will is thought. And so at this time, go back to that source and align with the one will. Align with it just by allowance, recognizing that that is your higher function. It is actually what you always are doing. You always are co-creating with the one will. And that's the warmth of the sun that you receive as you turn your face partially back, moving into that third quarter, which we will begin the third quarter phase tomorrow. And we'll experience ourselves as half in beginning intentions and half in still relishing the harvest. We'll be half in and half out, half in the facing of source energy and half in the expressing of source energy, and all in the contemplation of what this cycle means. And so that is the moon energy today. If you are listening or watching, I encourage you to do the opposite. Go to the YouTube channel or go to the podcast and like, subscribe, share, comment. You can review the podcast on your app and check in the description if you would like to read all about the Animal Communication Program that's starting soon. The early bird price is still on. I'm really excited about it, you guys. It's so beautiful and so amazing, and I'm just making that call out to those of you whose hearts are listening, because people ask me to do this year round, and I only do it about once per year, sometimes a little sooner than once per year, sometimes a little longer than once per year. And so the link is in the description. You could just go to my website, triciacarcharm.com, go to my Mystic Arts Academy page or work with me, and you'll find it there. And so I just want to say thank you so much for shining your light in this waning gibbous time, and tomorrow we'll be in that third quarter. So I will check in with you tomorrow on the third quarter lunar energy. Thanks for tuning in. I love you, whoever you are. Hey everyone, it's Tricia Carr. I'm really excited because it is the time of the year for me to offer my Animal Communication Comprehensive Program live online. Whether you are interested in the profession or if you would like to connect more deeply with your own animal family members, having an understanding of this form of telepathy will enhance your life and all of your other intuitive gifts. About once per year, I offer this program live, and that time is now. It is starting in December of 2019, and this particular live program has some bonus time added in. So the way this program works is it is delivered live online, and we also have a private study group of a beautiful community of like-hearted animal and nature lovers. Go ahead and check it out. The link is in the description, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for your love of animals, for your love of our planet, and for shining your light on our beautiful world.